Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another top 10 video, and this time it's going to be on the figures of Sonic's rivals. I kind of classify the rivals of Sonic, as you can see here, as someone who is chill with Sonic, but at first there's like a sort of enemy to friends sort of dynamic. So Silver and the Iblis Trigger, Shadow and the whole Faker thing, Knuckles being tricked by Eggman, like all these characters have at one point faced off against Sonic, and now they have sort of turned to become sort of a friend or ally to him. So that's kind of what I classify as a rival, someone who's meant to rival Sonic's speed or his power, but who is still a ally to him. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video here. So please, before we begin, if you do enjoy my content or just feel like being nice, do like and subscribe. And yeah, let's just get right into the video. Alright, so just like the last video on the top 10, we're going to start off with honorable mentions. This time I have 5 of them. So we're going to start off, I'm just going to include 2 of them in one here. The 2.5-inch movie Knuckles figures. These guys are great, and I feel like they just weren't good enough to make the actual top 10, but they are still awesome and well detailed, and I just wanted to take a look at them. So here's the movie 2. Again, I really like how he looks. His face is really well sculpted, but these legs really do bring him down a lot for me. It's just so weird how he's like shaped like so almost like an Elite from Halo, like how his legs are positioned here. And I think that takes down a lot from him. Whereas movie 2 Knuckles has regular legs, but I think his head mold is definitely a lot weaker, but not too much weaker than our movie 3 Knuckles here. They're both beautifully sculpted. Of course, articulation is the 2.5-inch articulation scheme, so about the same. And yeah, they're both great figures. And for our second honorable mention, or I guess our third one, continuing the Knuckles trend, is the 4-inch modern Knuckles here. I never got the one with the teeth, so I can't really speak on him that much for putting him on the list, but I know that this one, I think his head is a little weird, like I don't like the mouth, but overall it's a really well done figure. The head sculpt does still look good. I don't think the mouth makes it look bad necessarily, just a little dorky. I do think that this is an amazingly done Knuckles figure, but again, just not good enough to contend with the rest of the characters on the list here. And up next, we got the 2.5-inch modern Shadow the Hedgehog. I guess there is no classic Shadow the Hedgehog. But yeah, this is, again, a really well-done figure. I really love the, like, angry grimace he has. I mean, just look at him. He is really well done, especially for the 2.5-inch scale. And, I mean, of course, he has all of the articulation that a 2.5-inch figure would have. And he just looks really nice. I mean, I think that the skin tone is extremely yellow, which for some reason the modern Shadows tend to get a really yellow skin tone. I don't know why, but I think that that's really the only thing I can complain about. This is a really well done figure. Even like the stuff that's supposed to be gold on the figure is actually gold, like his braces here, I forget what they're called, inhibitor rings, there we go. His inhibitor rings are actually gold, as are the bottoms of his shoes. So, I mean, overall, very well done job from JAKKS. I really like this figure. That, I mean, puts him in the honorable mentions. And for our 5th and final honorable mention, I have Super Silver. This guy is awesome. I love my super forms, but again, with the coloration from JAKKS here. This is the exact same shade as Supersonic, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me check. Yeah, these guys are, it's not the exact same shade. It's a little lighter, but not light enough. Silver does not have this dark of a yellow for his super form. He is a very bright yellow, and I'll put a picture up actually around here somewhere for you to see it, but he is way too dark of yellow, as is Super Shadow. Supersonic's the only one they really get the correct coloration on. I mean, until they made the movie Super Shadow, in which that's the correct shade. But I really hope they re-release Silver and Shadow in their super forms with the correct coloration. That'd actually make a really good 3-pack, I think, if they did Supersonic, Super Shadow, Super Silver. And I've been saying it ever since the Super, 3-pack came out for the Sonic Heroes pack with all the shiny characters. I think that JAKKS could really benefit from doing a Super 3-pack with Silver, Shadow, and Sonic. I think that'd be a really good idea. And, I mean, of course, they'd have to sell a lot of them. They'd have to produce a lot of them because that would get sold up and eaten instantly. But or sold out and eaten up instantly is what, I don't know. It'd be gone. It'd be gone very quickly, so they'd have to produce a lot and send a lot of them out. But yeah, I mean, this is still a really good silver figure. And it's a really good like model for the super silver. I mean, look at this, and the pose they have him in. I mean, it's great. It's just the coloration really is what brings them down to the honorable mentions for me. And actually, I do have one more honorable mention here, and this is going to be a really surprising one to a lot of people, like a really surprising one. But movie Knuckles, actually, the 5-inch one. Don't get me wrong, this figure is amazing. I really like this figure, but I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of other figures of the rivals on here that I like a lot better. And remember, this is my opinion. This is like, if I'm biased towards the character or something, I'll put him up. It's my list. I'll do what I want. This Knuckles is still an amazing figure. Still really good. But honestly, just looking at a lot of the other figures on the list, and that I had to choose from, I did put him a little lower, I mean, to the honorable mention, but he is, like, just on the cusp of not making it into the list. It was actually really hard to not put him on, but there are a lot of other figures I like a lot more. So this is still an amazing figure, don't get me wrong. And I know holy, I don't know what just happened. I malfunctioned there or something. I, like, stuttering and everything. I understand if in the comments you want to, like, you say that he doesn't belong in the honorable mentions and he belongs on the list, because I almost agree, but I mean, once again, it's my opinion, my list. I'll do kind of like what I want based on my biases, and this Knuckles is a top tier amazing figure, but I think that there are better. So yeah, but of course, just articulation, the imposing nature of him, how tall he is a great figure nonetheless. Alright, but starting with the actual list, down at number 10 is the 2.5-inch silver. This was the very first 2.5-inch Sonic figure I got for the modern characters. I'm pretty sure I've been collecting the 2.5-inch classic ones for some time, but this is the first time I got a 2.5-inch modern figure. I saw him at Kohl's and I was like, well, I better pick him up. It's silver. I like silver. And yeah, this figure is great. I mean, the amount of detail, again, that they got in on him is spectacular. All of the detailing all around. I think that overall the coloration and everything is really good. I like the bright blue highlights between the cuffs here, which are painted decently clean for a 2.5-inch figure. I mean, right here you can see it kind of goes awry, but this boot is painted almost perfectly all the way around. Same with like both the gloves. This is really the only place where the paint gets off by a lot. I mean, the pose they have him in is really good too. I really just like how they made him standing here, like just the pose they put him in. And overall, I think that this is a really well done silver figure. As for number 9 on the list, I have the movie Shadow 2.5-inch figure. This is, I think, one of the best 2.5-inch Sonic figures that has been released, in my honest opinion. He is just so well done and so well like sculpted, so well everything, the amount of detail. I actually have a full explanation on this, of course, in one of my previous videos, the Sonic Movie 3 ranking all the figures. And yeah, he got, I'm pretty sure, an A rank, and for good reason. This figure is amazing. I mean, just look at all the detail on the shoes, and they painted each individual porthole there. Yeah, this is a really well done figure from JAKKS, and that's what brings him to number 9, and it only gets better from here. Once again, another Shadow the Hedgehog. We have the 4-inch JAKKS Pacific Shadow, Modern Shadow, and I think that this is a really well done figure, except again with the face. I don't know why they like to put this yellow as his face. It's really odd, like his skin color is always like yellow, or like orange even. And I don't know, I don't like that. Everything else, though, is really well done. I mean, the head sculpt itself is really good. It's a really game-accurate sculpt. All the other colors are done really well. The only issue, again, is just having orange for his skin color. I think it's really odd. But yeah, his inhibitor rings and bottoms of his shoes are all gold, as they should be. The paint, again, all really done well, except for, well, I'm not going to actually say it again. But yeah, the paint is done really well. I mean, all the red here on the back and really everywhere, it's all very vibrant. It all pops really well, and there's not really, besides like a little bleeding here, any mistakes I can think of in the paint. So, besides the yellow, but I've already mentioned that so many times, so if I'm saying there's no mistakes, just know there's one, it's this. But yeah, overall, really nice figure, brings them up to, what was that, number 7, and yeah, only goes up from here. All right, last one was number 8. Now for the actual number 7, movie Super Shadow, which it may be surprising to a lot of people he's so low on the list. And of course, this is a top 10, so he's not bad at all. I just think that a lot of the other figures are better than this, and I think the articulation hindrance compared to the other movie figures really kind of brings him down a little bit, I guess. But that doesn't mean he's a bad figure at all. I mean, of course, the light up feature has to take away the articulation, and that's a really cool feature to have. And the articulation is still better than a lot of the figures that are ahead of him. But when it comes to all the figures, I do like the base Shadow a lot better. So that kind of brings him down a little bit, I guess. He's still a really well done figure. Yeah. That is probably, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I think I got what I was trying to convey here. This is still a really well done figure. Not good enough to bring him up higher on the list, but still really beautifully done. And just the hype of getting a Super Shadow in the movie, and even having this released before the movie released, he is like just a really hype figure. Really exciting to have. And yeah, off to the next one. Number 6 here, we got Classic Knuckles. I know in the last Sonic video I was talking about how I don't like the classic designs translated to 3D that well, but for some reason that does not apply to Knuckles and Amy. Knuckles and Amy, I think, have some of the best looks for classic to 3D. I think that they look really great, and yeah. And honestly, I don't even mind. It's not that I even don't like the classic to 3D translation, I guess. I don't know. I just, something about how Knuckles and Amy look, I really like how they translate. Sonic, I always thought looked a little derpy. Tails is pretty cool. I like his 3D classic form, but I always thought that Sonic's just looked a little off. So, but yeah, Knuckles though looks amazing. I really like this 4-inch figure, or yeah, this is the 4-inch line. I don't know why I did a double take there, but yeah, I mean, everything about him is just well painted, looks really good, and yeah, overall, a really well done figure. Now for number 5 on the list, we have Jet the Bird. We have Jet the Hawk here, is a great figure, and I really like how he looks. I mean, it's really awesome that we're getting a Jet figure. I really wish that they would give us more of the rogues. So, I mean, Wave and Storm would be really cool, but Jet is awesome, and I really love the board. Oh, I have them on here facing the wrong way. But the board is an awesome accessory. You can get some really cool poses with it, and I mean, just look at them. I really always have liked the bird characters in Sonic. I like the way they look a lot. I think they're just really cool looking. Whenever I do Sonic Forces once in a blue moon, when I create a character, if I can speak today, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with the English language, but whenever I play Sonic Forces and I have to create my character, it's always like a bird character because I just really like the way they look. They're just so cool looking. I don't know what it is about him, but yeah, this Jet figure is no different. He's a very menacing, cool rival to Sonic. I still haven't played any of the Riders games. I do have Free Riders. I got it for like $5 at a Comic-Con, so I still need to play that. But I mean, he's Jet, man. How can you say no to this figure? He is awesome. And yeah, that's what puts him up at number 5. For number 4 on the list, we have Blaze, the cat. Originally appearing, I believe, in Sonic Rivals, later in 06. Both those games, I believe, or no, Right, did I say Riders? Rush, Sonic Rush. Sorry. But in Sonic Rush, he had like a sort of rivalry with Sonic at the beginning, not really wanting his help, eventually fighting him, where Sonic, you know, used his whirlwind tornado ability to absolutely destroy her. But yeah, this is a really well done figure. Blaze is just a really cool looking character. I mean, a really interesting concept too. She's like sort of like a Sonic from another dimension. If Sonic was a cat girl, if Sonic was a cat girl, well, anyways, this is still a really good figure. Really well sculpted, of course, and I really hope we get some more Blaze representation in the future because she is a cool character, especially in the comics. Whenever she shows up, she's just got this aura of cool around her, I guess, to best describe it. And she really is like a really good rival for Sonic. I mean, she's fast like him, but she's got like fire abilities and stuff. And she does have her own like super form, which I hope we get a figure of that soon too, Burning Blaze. That would be really cool. But yeah, I do like also the choice of like this royal purple, being she is a royal character. And overall, yeah, very well done figure. Definitely deserves the number 4 spot. And number 3, Blaze's best friend in 06, we have the 4-inch silver. And yeah, this figure is amazing. I think I spent like 30 bucks on him, honestly, close to that. But I honestly don't regret it. This figure is really well done, one of my favorites from JAKKS of all time. I mean, just look at him. He is a really well done, well sculpted, accurate silver. And I mean, that's all I really need. I think that Silver is a really cool character. His gameplay in 06 is interesting. I do enjoy the concept of it, but it can be a little frustrating at times. But I do think that he deserves a second chance with that sort of gameplay style, like the using the telekinesis to move things and get around. It's really cool. I mean, of course, 06 was just a buggy mess, so something as complex as that was never going to work. But yeah, the sculpt is really well done. Again, the coloration and the paint apps are awesome. I mean, they kept all the paints in the line, too, for all the way around this figure. Yeah, I think they actually did. They kept the paint completely in the lines. So, this is a really well done figure. Has really close attention to detail with the paint and all that. And is definitely one of my favorites from JAKKS of all time. So it's fun to take him off the shelf and actually play around with him a little bit again. I haven't really taken a close look at him in a while. So, yeah. But on to the next one. Number 2 on the list is going to be the Collector's Edition Classic Knuckles. This figure is amazing. Let's get a little bit of a better camera angle for him here so you can see the full figure. But yeah, this figure is amazing. He's really well done, just like the 4-inch figure, except better because he has elbow articulation, he's taller, and he has all the different faceplates. I really just think that Classic Knuckles is such a good design. So when they made a collector's figure of him, I was a little surprised it wasn't like modern Knuckles, but I mean, I wasn't complaining, and I definitely bought him as soon as I could. Because, I mean, just look at this guy. He is wonderful. The plastic they made him out of, too, is, like, really soft, and, I mean, it feels like quality. $50 quality, maybe not, but certainly quality. And he came with enough accessories to definitely be a really good collector's figure, just like the rest of them. Unlike the Shadow Collector's figure, which I still can't find. I am going to buy it because after playing the new game, I really want a Shadow with Doom Wings, but he doesn't come with all the hands and stuff, so I can already tell he's not going to be the best collector's figure, especially compared to that modern Sonic. That is, I think, my favorite figure from JAKKS ever. But yeah, this figure is really well done, all the great articulation he has, and yeah, I mean, just really well painted. Overall, he's a great thing to have on the shelf, really fun to look at, and one of the best Sonic rival figures of all time. But in the lead, to the surprise of absolutely no one, is the 5-inch Jakks-specific movie Shadow. I mean, this figure is just wonderful. Everything about him is beautiful. The amount of detail they put into him, the articulation, everything. This is a really, really good. I mean, like, this is a wonderful, wonderful version of movie Shadow here. And, I mean, the only complaint I'd have is just that the inhibitor rings aren't actually gold. They're like a yellow, which I think is kind of weird because, I mean, totally just punched the camera. But what I was trying to say is that his rings here, his cuffs are, or his inhibitor rings on the other figure are still gold. And this is a talking is hard. Okay, I think I can speak now. A recently released version of Shadow the Hedgehog. There we go. And he's still painted gold. This is the version that came with Knuckles in the 2-pack on Amazon. So, I mean, they're still painting his rings gold, but they aren't painting the movie figures rings gold, and I don't get that. I think it's really weird. So, yeah. But, I mean, this Shadow is definitely the best Shadow that has been released by JAKKS Pacific. I mean, everything about him is just really well done. By the way, sorry if I keep pausing and stuff. My dog is walking through here, clacking her nails on the flooring, so sorry about that. But yeah, overall, this is just a really well done Shadow figure, and puts him on the top of the list. He's beautifully done. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. And of course, again, this is all my opinion. This was a really hard list to put together, actually. I mean, of course, it was definitely very hard putting the movie Knuckles into the honorable mentions, but these 10, I feel, were the ones most deserving of the top 10 list. I just think so. But yeah, if you disagree, please respectfully leave your comments down below on what you would personally rank all of Sonic's rivals here. I do want to hear it, and yeah. That is going to be the end of this video, though. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.